from the Coach Jerry Mosser Court inside the Gordon Lozier Athletic Center on the campus of Bellevue University. We bring you the final two games of the 2024 4 Points by Sheraton Basketball Classic. Mick Krupski back with you to do the broadcast tonight. Our final women's game of the tournament. The home team, the Bellevue University Bruins, taking on the visiting Doane University Tigers. Coming into today's action, the Bruins are 10-3 overall, and the Tigers are 9-3. So a couple of pretty good starts for both of these squads. We'll see how today's action unfolds before us in just a few minutes, and which team will have the advantage heading into 2025, our final basketball contest on the women's side for 2024. It's been a good year for head coach Dave Denley and his crew as the Bruins try to get their 11th win of the early part of the season. After today, it'll be all conference play from here on in the months of January and February, all conference play in the North Star Athletic Association. And for the Doane Tigers, the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Let's take a look at these two teams. Both of these teams in action yesterday. The Tigers, unfortunately, on the losing side of an 84-82 contest. That was against the Mayville State Comets out of the North Star Athletic Association. Don't let one slip away. They had a lead with about 4 minutes left, but Mayville State came back to win that one 84-82. In that contest, Megan Chambers with the team leading 27 points. Kaylee Clover added 19. Macy Holtz had 16. And Maddie Portwine had 14. The Tigers without several members of their squad due to injury. Olivia Now will not play today. Mac Hatcliffe, the Great Plains Athletic Conference Women's Basketball Player of the Year last year, is also out injured, as well as Riley Rice. So yesterday, the Tigers only played 8 people in the contest. So part of the Bruins game plan today will try to be up the pace, try to wear down the Tigers as we get into that second half. Had a chance to visit with Bellevue head coach Dave Denley before tonight's contest, and that's exactly what he said. Push the pace, keep it up. He also prophesied whichever team wins the rebounding battle tonight is going to win the game. Both teams put an emphasis on clearing the boards, and so we'll see if that prognostication comes true. He also says the Bruins need to limit their turnovers. Yes, that's in every game, and also to make efficient use of getting some quality shots. For the Bellevue Bruins in yesterday's contest, they defeated Midland University by a score of 80-60. The Bruins had good games from Gabby Moore. She had 24 points and 7 assists. Post player Kaylee Denker, who had been out for about 3 weeks with a knee injury, came off the bench to score 17. Drew Zuha added 9, and Josiah Smickens added 7 in that win over Midland University Warriors, also of the Great Plains Athletic Conference. In the earlier women's match today, it was Mayville State with a 66-58 victory over Midland. So the Mayville State Comets finished this classic with a 2-0 record, and the Midland Warriors 0-2 in their 2 contests. Looking down on the court, you see the teams in their final preparations before we get underway with this one. For the Bellevue Bruins, on this 24-25 season, Gabby Moore leading the way with 17.9 points per game. Ashton Arnold, 11.8. Kaylee Denker, 8.7. Zakiah Mohammed, 8.2. And Drew Zuha, 6.6. They're the top 5 scorers for the home team. Ashton Arnold with 8.5 rebounds per game, the leading person on the glass for the Bellevue Bruins. For the Tigers, Mac Hatcliffe, who will be out of action today, 21.3. That's tops in the Great Plains Athletic Conference on the season. Macy Holtz averaging 17 even. 12.3 points per game for Megan Chambers, 12.1 for Kaylee Clover, and Maddie Portwine averages 11 even. So 5 double-digit scores for the Tigers of Doane University.
Bellevue of the NAIA are committed to maintaining a true spirit of competition.
The Tigers average 79 points per game. The Bruins averaging 73, so pretty close there. The Tigers holding their opponents to 60 points per game. The Bruins holding their opponents to 64, so a +9 for the Bruins. Both these teams shoot well from the floor. They shoot well from behind the arc. and pretty decent at the free throw line as well. So how's that for a pretty even matchup tonight going into the game? Let's turn it over to public address announcer Ray Quinn as we get ready for the introduction of the starting lineups in tonight's contest.
What you can do to bridge that gap to social and racial justice. Thank you. Now let's meet our starting lineups. First for the Tigers, it is visiting Doane University. Starting at guard, a 5'7" senior from Plainview, Minnesota, number 3, Macy Holtz. At guard, a 5'10" senior from New York, Nebraska, number 12, Maddie Portwine. At guard, a 5'7" junior from Juniata, Nebraska, number 21, Libby Troush. At forward, a 6-foot junior from Omaha, Nebraska, number 25, Megan Chambers. And at forward, a 5'10" senior from Blue Springs, Nebraska, number 44, Kaylee Clover. The Tigers are coached by head coach Ron Baumgartner in his 6th season, assisted by Valerie McConkey, Gene Steinmeier, McKenna Bray, and Emma Henke. And now, here's the starting lineup for Bellevue University Bruin. Starting at guard, a 5'7" senior from Webster Groves, Missouri. Say hello to number 10, Gabby Moore. At guard, a 5'6" senior from Baltimore, Maryland. Number 11, Josiah Mickens. At forward, a 5'11" sophomore from Omaha, Nebraska. Number 15, Zakaya Muhammad. At guard, a 5'11" senior from Clovis, California. Number 21, Ashton Arnold. And a 5'6" freshman guard from La Vista, Nebraska. Number 23, Drew Suha. The Bruins are coached by head coach Ray Bentley in his 9th season. Assisting him is the Iceman, that's Jake Benford and Alec Bogey.
All right, thanks once again to Ray for the introduction of the starting lineups. We'll give them to you once again. For the Tigers, it's Macy Holtz, Maddie Portwine, Libby Troush, Megan Chambers, and Kaylee Clover. For the home team Bruins, Gabby Moore, Josiah Mickens, Zakaya Mohammed, Ashton Arnold, and Drew Zuha. The Bruins will be clad in their black uniforms with gold trim. The Tigers in white uniform with black and orange trims. Doane University out of Crete, Nebraska. That always reminds me of the old Brewer and Shipley song. Those of you who are of a similar age as me will understand what that means. Those of you younger probably have no idea. Here we go with the opening tip. In the air and controlled by the Bruins. Gabby Moore steps in front to grab that one, and we are underway. Josiah Mickens handling the ball at the point guard position. Looking over the Doane defense. They're in a man-to-man matchup. Here's Zakaya Mohammed at the key. Over to Drew Zuha looking inside. Here's Gabby once again. And Drew launches for a three-pointer. Nothing but net. The freshman out of Papillion-La Vista, Nebraska High School. Puts the Bruins on the board in their opening possession. Bruins a little backcourt pressure. Tigers able to pass over the top of it. On the dribble. Inside. Macy Holtz working around the left side over to the Bruin bench. Nice entry pass to Libby Troush. To the near side, the shot up and off the mark. Megan Chambers of the Bruins bring it up to the offensive end. Working in the corner to Zuha. Again, Bruins trying to look inside. Tigers doing everything they can to prevent those inside looks. Trying to force the Bruins from the outside. Here's Gabby Moore. Gabby, a big night last night on the board, on the shot and assist. First shot from Gabby Moore draws the rim, no good, into the hands of Kaylee Clover. She'll bring it up near the half-court line, and we've got an over and back violation against the Tigers. Ryan Baumgartner, the head coach for the Tigers, disagrees with it, but it looked like Clover had got that foot across the timeline and then passed it back for the first turnover of the game. Ashton Arnold, the senior out of Clovis, California, will inbound it. Over to Josiah Mickens. Josiah's a fellow senior. Her first year as a Bellevue Bruin, however, after playing a couple of years at other places. Entry into Ashton. Contact made. That's going to be a foul against Kaylee Clover as she was riding the back of Ashton Arnold. First personal, first team foul of tonight's contest. A battle between the North Star Athletic Association Bruins and the Great Plains Athletic Conference Tigers. Entry to Ashton. She'll drive to draw the double team. Here's Zuha drawing the double team. Gabby Moore left for a look at the top of the key. Gabby drains the three-pointer. The Bruins are up 6-0. A good start for the home team. A minute and a half has gone by in this opening quarter. Bringing the ball up the floor is Maddie Portwine out of York, Nebraska. Drive towards the key by Troush. She'll give it outside to Clover. Now to the corner where Troush has it. Driving into the lane. She'll stop, put up the shot. It's blocked. Out of bounds. Ashton Arnold with the block for the Bruins. It'll stay Tiger possession with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Mick Krupski back behind the microphone for another contest here. Thanks for joining us tonight on the Bellevue Bruin Sports Network. Entry pass down low to Clover. She'll kick it back out. Shot clock down to 2. The shot up off the glass and in. Maddie Portwine, the first basket of the night for the Tigers. About an hour and a half to 2 hour drive between these two schools. This is the 5th matchup in the series against the two schools, tied at 2 wins apiece. Kick out to Arnold after the touch inside by Zakiya Muhammad. Here's Moore, dribble drive, kick out. Zuha made a 3 from there just moments ago, and she's a perfect 2 for 2 from that spot. 6 points already for Zuha. Bruins up by 7. Into the corner to Clover. Driving inside. Shot off the mark on the attempt by Macy Holtz. The reigning Great Plains Athletic Conference Offensive Player of the Week. Her teammate Kaylee Clover, the Defensive Player of the Week in conference, as Josiah Mickens, her first basket of the night, the little teardrop in the lane. 3 minutes have gone by. The Bruins out to a 9-point lead. Here's a drive to the basket. Good defense by the Bruins. Moore and Mohammed force the errant shot. Arnold tries to split the defenders, gets the pass off. Gabby keeps that left pivot foot on the floor. Nice entry pass inside to Zakiya. And the Bruins off to a great start, 13-2. The assist to Moore and the bucket by Mohammed. Timeout called by Doane University Tiger head coach Ryan Baumgartner, as he does not like the way this one has commenced. The Doane Tigers, the number 14 rated team in the NAIA coaches top 25 poll, so they were a little stunned by what happened last night as they lost a 2-point game and off to a big deficit here early in this one. Let's give a quick salute to the coaches I just mentioned. Ryan Baumgartner, he's in his 6th year heading the Doane program. Assistant coaches are Mallory McConkey, Jean Steinmeier, McKenna Bray, and Emma Henke. Thanks again to McKenna Bray. She helped me with the pronunciations before the game, so a tip of the cap to her. For the Bellevue Bruins, Dave Denley, his 9th year. He's the inaugural coach for the Bellevue women's basketball program. Alongside him the entire way, assistant coach James Benford and newcomer Alex Bogie. Doane with the basketball, trying to stay close, try to cut into their current 11-point deficit. Into the hands of Holtz. Nice passing inside by the Tigers. The basket by Kaylee Clover off the assist from Megan Chambers. Here's Josiah Mickens, gets through the defense. A shot off the back of the rim, no good. Clover pulls down the rebound, and the Tigers off and running. Here's the shot. It's off the mark on the attempt by Holtz, but she'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots here. Foul will be called on Drew Zuha. First personal, first team foul against the Bruins. Kaylee Denker checking in for the Bruins, and for the Tigers, Grace Thompson. Kaylee, a great game last night with 17 points, her first action in about 3 weeks after suffering a knee injury. So it gives the Bruins a pretty potent threesome in that post position with Zakiya Muhammad, Kaylee Denker, and Gabby Coyer. Off the mark on the first attempt. Second one is good. So 13-5 our score as the Bruins go back to work on offense. Tipped out of bounds by Maddie Portwine. It'll stay Bellevue basketball right over near the Tiger bench. Entry to Gabby Moore. Gabby tries to go right side, cut off there by Clover. Bruins reverse the basketball. Brandy Dunn checks in to the Bruin lineup, her first appearance tonight. Ashton Arnold, a three-point attempt. Back of the rim, no good. Brandy Dunn had a tip temporarily there, but Clover picks up the rebound. She's been a beast on the board. That's her 4th rebound of the game. Drive inside by Chambers, working against Denker. Good body position, but the completed shot by Megan Chambers, the junior out of Omaha. So the lead has been cut to 6. Bruins want to try to get back on offense. They started out on fire from the floor. Here's Dunn, a three-point attempt. That one's off the grid, no good. And Clover pulls down another rebound. Tigers come ahead. Chambers, right side of the lane, cut off there by Denker. Looks for a teammate, finds one. And the basket by Macy Holtz off the assist from Chambers. Well, it's a nice little run here for the Tigers over the last 2 minutes. They trailed at one point 13-4, or 13-2, excuse me. So they're on a 7-0 run. Here's Dunn into the lane. She'll give it to Arnold, and Ashton will be called for the traveling violation. Got going just a little bit too quickly. Into the game for the Tigers, Libby Troush. She was one of the starting 5. So I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, only 8 players playing for the Tigers in last night's game. So their bench is pretty short with those 3 injuries to Now, Rice, and especially to Mac Hatcliffe, their leading scorer. In fact, the leading scorer in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Chambers with the dribble. The pass intercepted by Gabby Moore. Bruins trying to race it ahead. Bounce pass to Joe Mickens. She's able to get it. She'll come back under control. Feeds Denker inside. Kaylee has the shot blocked, but they say contact made. That'll be a foul against Megan Chambers. That'll send Kaylee Denker to the free throw line. Kaylee was a perfect 5 for 5 on free throws last night. Let's see if that streak continues.
Up 2-2 is Denker.
And we want to remind you, after the women's contest tonight, our finale, the Bellevue men taking on Morningside University, also of the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Kaylee makes the first free throw. That ends the 7-0 run. And her streak goes to 7 over the weekend. I will call this a weekend. It's Sunday, Monday, but back-to-back nights of competition. Little dribbling exhibition near the half-court line by Maddie Portwine. The give to Troush. Down the baseline, a nice job. Troush on the assist, and the basket to Grace Thompson. Cutting down the baseline to the hoop.
Foul's going to be charged to the Bruins, number 5.
So the Tigers off to a slow start in the first couple of minutes, but they've found their pace over the last several minutes. Back in comes Kaylee Clover after a brief break on the bench, replacing Macy Holtz. Off the mark. Kaylee with the rebound for the Bruins. Here comes Joe flying up the left side. Gabby Moore has an open look. You can't leave her alone. Gabby knocks that one down. 24 points last night. She's got the hot hand again today. Passing inside. Denker got a hand on it to knock it away, but she said her foot was on the baseline. So it'll be the possession of the Tigers as Drew Zuha back into the contest, giving Josiah Mickens a little bit of a break. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Maddie Portwine will trigger it in for the Tigers. Looking for help. Chambers comes to a rescue. There's about 2 steps too many as a turnover violation. Both teams doing a decent job handling the ball so far. That's just the second turnover against the Tigers, only 1 for the Bruins. Coach Dave Denling thought that would be an important statistic tonight, but he said rebounds would be the most important. Dunn looking inside to Denker near the top of the lane. Kaylee a step in, short shot up and in. Kaylee Denker, her first basket of the night.
2 for Denker.
Doesn't look like she's had any ill effects from that layoff with that knee injury. That left leg, that left knee still very heavily bandaged and taped. Probably will be for the rest of the season. Kick out pass for the open look for Clover. Kaylee Clover with the three-pointer. So a Kaylee for the Bruins, followed by a Kaylee for the Tigers. Here's the Bruins Kaylee with the basketball. Nice work to the corner. Open shot for Brandy Dunn, a little bit too strong. And Clover with the rebound. Her 5th board of the contest as the Tigers trailing by 6. 2:45 remaining in this first quarter. Working to the outside, quick move by Thompson. Now into the hands of Portwine, working against Moore. Gabby doing a nice job keeping her away from the basket. Shot clock down to 5. A nice pass inside. Kaylee Clover on the receiving end of that pass. I think it was some Troush, not positive on that, but the Bruins held the Tigers down for most of that possession. Turnaround by Denker. 2 for 2 from the floor is Kaylee Denker, the 6'1 sophomore out of Lincoln. Lincoln East High School, her alma mater. Both teams doing a solid job on defense. Well, we've seen some good passing. Here's Denker coming in with the steal. Ahead to Gabby Moore right near that timeline. Bruins working around the perimeter. Now back to Zuha over near the bench. Ryan Baumgartner directing his team on defense. Denker trying to drive, double team, but gets the pass out to Brandy Dunn. Dunn in the lane, a nice drive, but can't get the shot to go down. Ashton Arnold fighting, gets the putback, but it won't go down. Dunn comes up with it. Here's Gabby Moore from the outside. That one is short before Kaylee Clover finally corrals the basketball for the Tigers. Quick drive down the right side by Maddie Portwine. Double team stolen away by Ashton Arnold. On a foot race, the Bruins have a 2-on-2 break. Drew Zuhan wide open. Drew goes to the left side, has it blocked inside by Grace Thompson. A 1-on-2. Clover splits the defenders and will draw the foul. Kaylee Clover, 5'10 senior from Blue Springs, Nebraska, will head to the free throw line for 2 shots with 1:07 remaining. Sakaya Mohammed and Josiah Mickens back in for the Bruins. Maddie Holtz, Addie Hatcliffe, the sister of Mac, back in for the Tigers.
Addie Hatcliffe for the Tigers. Shooting 2, Clover.
First one by Clover is up and in. The Tigers a good free throw shooting team at 72% on the season.
And 1-2.
Drew Zuha comes away with the basketball. The Bruins push ahead. Ashton Arnold on the drive. Kick out pass, open look for Drew. Instead, she pulls it in and drives over to Denker. Bruins have a double post situation here with Mohammed and Denker. Zuha a little short on that one. Clover comes away with the board. Clover is the 3rd leading rebounder in the Great Plains Athletic Conference, averaging over 9.5 boards per game. She's already up to, I believe it's 6 in this one. Drive into the lane, cut off by Zuha. Here's Clover trying to work around Mohammed. Stretches out that long arm and banks it home. Kaylee Clover leading the charge for the Tigers, trying to get back into this one. 8 points and 8 rebounds for Kaylee Clover already for the Tigers. Could be the final possession of the half, about a 1-second difference between game clock and shot clock. We're counting down from 15 seconds here. Josiah Mickens just burning some time off the clock, now down to 10. The Bruins will get into their offense right now. Zuha comes out for the possession, handles it there. Over to Denker. 2 seconds left. Josiah flies, shot's going to be too late, I believe. It's off the mark anyway, as Kaylee Clover flew in front of her, making that slight delay. But the Bruins happy with their start. 22-19 our score. The Bruins on top of the number 14 rated Doane University Tigers. I just threw my pen over the front of the position, so thank you very much. Appreciate it. Sorry about knocking you on the head. All right, 22-19 our score at the end of one period of play. Want to give you a reminder. We'd like you to be part of our broadcast. You can listen in on YouTube and leave comments there, or you can send a text message. Bellevue fans and Tiger fans, we both love to hear messages from you. My text message number is 402-515-7654. Bellevue fans, you've had that number all season long. Tiger fans, we invite you to send along who you are, where you are, any words you want me to pass along, special recognition to players if it's their birthday or their high point game of the season or anything like that, that would add to our broadcast. Again, the number is 402-515-7654. Tip of the cap to Chloe Cloud, working behind the scenes with the computer and the camera. Long couple of days for Chloe and the other people working this facility. Is 4 games yesterday and 4 games today. As we get back to the action. Whistle blows on the entry attempt. Across the timeline comes Maddie Portwine. Baseline drive by Holtz. Bruins defense helps out down there. Top of the key, the shot by Portwine. It's good from three-point land. The Tigers, with the first points of the second quarter, tie it up at 22 all. Bruins scored the first basket of the day. They've led all the way until this tie here. The turnover inside knocked away by the Tiger defense. Their first chance to take a lead in tonight's contest. Inside drive by Hatcliffe. She'll give it off to teammate Portwine. Tries to pass inside. Sakai Mohammed thwarts the initial shot attempt, but switching to the left hand, Macy Holtz, the Plainview, Minnesota native, gives the Tigers their first lead of the night. Drew Zuha left alone, fumbled the ball momentarily, missed that opportunity to shoot. Gabby Moore from the near side, off the mark. The rebound pulled down by Ella Johnson, the freshman from Hickman, Nebraska, just into the game. Holtz on the drive. Now to Johnson. Turnaround shot in the lane. That one is short. Drew Zuha with a good box out against her opponent. Gets the rebound. A close rebounding matchup. 10 rebounds thus far tonight to 9 for the Bruins. Tigers 10, Bruins 9 in that key statistic. And it looks like Bruins again going to go inside. Open look for Ashton Arnold. Top of the key. Ashton knocks that one down. The senior from Clovis, Nebraska. Clovis, California. Knocks down her first basket of the night. She had a cold shooting night last night, but again continued to do the job on defense and assisting her teammates. Bounce pass inside. Now into the hands of Johnson. Bounce pass knocked away. Josiah Mickens got her hand out initially. Zakiya Mohammed picks up the loose ball. And the Bruins up by 1. Bruins shot by Mickens, no good. The rebound to Maddie Portwine. And we've got a jump ball on the tie-up in that battle for the rebound. Possession arrow points to the Bruins.
Number 21, Troush, number 20.
Libby Troush
Chambers and number 4.
and Megan Chambers back in for the Tigers. And now also back in Kaylee Clover. Clover with 10 points and 8 rebounds. She's been the biggest offensive and defensive threat inside to Ashton. Good movement of the ball by the Bruins. Mickens goes baseline. Out to Drew, behind the three-point line. The shot off the back of the rim, no good. Clover with a good box out and the board. 7.5 to go before our halftime break. Bruins up by 1 point. Drive by Troush is cut off. Working inside to Chambers. Left-handed shot, too strong off the glass. Ashton Arnold with the rebound for the Bruins, and she'll bring it across the timeline. Picked up finally by the double team. That left Gabby Moore open for a bit. Gabby on the drive. The shot no good. And the rebound hauled in by Libby Troush. Troush finally picked up after she dribbled about 3/4 of the court. Shot from the outside by Hatcliffe, no good. The follow-up by Clover with the left hand is good. The Tigers take the lead at 26-25. Zuha off the front of the rim, no good. Chambers with the basketball, guarded by Zakiya Mohammed. Nice battle inside, nothing available for a shot. An open look from the outside. Kaylee Clover is just on fire for the Tigers. Clover had 19 last night. She's up to 15 already through the first 14 minutes of today's game. Bruins need to try to focus their defense on her for a little bit. Tipped, but into the arms of Ashton Arnold. Here's Zuha inside to Zakiya Mohammed. She'll draw the triple team. It somehow gets the shot off, but too high off the glass. Bruins led by as many as 11 points in the first half of the first quarter. Nice entry pass there. Mohammed got the block, but got a couple of fingers as well. Nice entry pass on the play by Libby Troush. That will send Megan Chambers to the free throw line for 2 shots. Danielle Coyer and Amina Hall checking in for the Bruins. First time on the floor for both of those young ladies tonight.
Number 32, Amina Hall.
Drew, the Bellevue native, played her high school ball at Bellevue West. She was a Thunderbird last year. She's a Bruin this year. Amina, a 4-year member of the Bellevue squad, coming all the way from Denton, Texas. Had a chance to talk with her mom yesterday, making the trip up. She said she'll be back for Senior Day, where the Bruins will recognize all the senior members of this basketball squad. That's a ways away. That's not until February 15th, I believe. 30-25 after that first free throw shot. And both of them are good by Megan Chambers. She's up to 4 points on the night. Clover with 15, nobody else with more than 5 for the Tigers. Switching to a 2-3 zone look here are the Tigers. Bruins trying to figure that out. Nice entry pass by Amina Hall to Danny Coyer, but her shot is a little bit short. Surrounded by white-clad Tiger jerseys. Ahead to Holtz. Over the top pass. Maddie Portwine has her shot interfered with by Danny Coyer, and the Bruins trying to run ahead. Again, with only 8 available players tonight, Bruins trying to push the pace whenever they can, trying to wear out the Tigers. Let's see if that comes to fruition or not. Again, the zone look. Bruins trying to adjust to that. Pass stolen away. Clover got a hand on it. Into the hands of Portwine. She'll bring it across. Now the Tigers will set up in the half court. Holtz, the pass to Chambers. Chambers knocked out of the block by Coyer. Shot off the mark on the attempt by Maddie Portwine. Bruins with the board and coming ahead. Gabby Moore, three-point look. Gabby Moore, a three-pointer made. She's 3 out of 6 from distance tonight with 9 points to go along with the 24 she had last night. Timeout on the floor with 4:25 before halftime. The Tigers lead it 31-28 over the home team, Bellevue University Bruins. Again, that text message number if you'd like to join us, 402-515-7654. From a rainy Bellevue, Nebraska. It started raining right around noon today. It's been going on ever since. It's supposed to change over to snow in just a little bit, so the drive home may be a little bit interesting. In the coaches' preseason poll, the Doane Tigers were picked to finish in 7th place in the 12-team Great Plains Athletic Conference. They're currently in 4th place. For the Bellevue Bruins, they were projected to finish in 4th place in the 6-team North Star Athletic Association. The Bruins are currently tied for the lead at 2-0. And a traveling violation will be called against Macy Holtz, who's got that extra little step in there. That will be the 7th turnover against the Tigers. Only 3 against the Bruins. Gabby Moore, open look for 3 once again, and Gabby Moore, her 4th tray of the night. 12 points for the senior out of Webster Groves, Missouri. 2nd team all-conference player last year, North Star newcomer of the year. Having an even better season now. Danny Coyer with the block, but it goes right back. And a foul will be on the floor. Trying to pass it over to Gabby, but Macy Holtz alertly tipped it away. They say on the floor, so not a shooting situation. That's the first personal against Gabby Moore. 2nd team foul of the quarter against the Bellevue Bruins. And now the officials are going to talk. Wondering if the rain has turned to snow yet. So, yep, now they're just conferring, make sure they have the correct number. And it stays on Gabby Moore, first personal. Back into the hands of Holtz. Clover with the fake. Kick out pass. May have been tipped. Clover able to get it back, passing out. Good ball movement without dribbling by the Tigers. The shot by Holtz is off the mark. Danielle Coyer with the board for the Bruins. 31-31 our score after that last Gabby Moore tray. Here's Ashton, pull-up jump shot from about 7 feet. It's good for Ashton. 5 points tonight for her. Bruins back on top by 2 points. Mickens on defense, harassing Grace Thompson, tipped away, but Clover gets it back. Over the top pass to this near side. Over the top back where it came from. Holtz, the dribble drive penetration, bounce pass inside to Clover. She's off the mark. Ashton Arnold with her 4th rebound of the night. Brings the ball up the floor. Bruins again trying to get a quick pace. Amina Hall, a 3-point look. Amina with the tray. And a nice little cheer and a shake of the fist after she made that. First basket of the night for Amina Hall. Across the way into the hands of Maddie Portwine. She'll hit the jumper from about 8 feet. It's off the mark. Megan Chambers able to get the rebound over to Kaylee Clover. Rolled off the front of the rim and out. Amina Hall with the rebound for the Bruins. Bruins up by 5, hoping to add to that. Looking inside to Danielle Clover. Clover one-on-one against Megan Chambers. Chambers with the flop on the play. There was contact, with the official signaling flop. There was contact, but Chambers overemphasized it. And Danny picks up her first basket of the night. Bruins extend their lead to 7. Inside to Chambers. Now it's a reversal of that. Chambers versus Coyer. Holtz looking to try to find something inside. Nothing available. Kick out pass. Holtz, a 3-point look over near the Bruin bench, and that one's in the net for the bucket. Macy Holtz with 8 points on the Tigers' cause. 1:42 and counting till our halftime break. Ashton to Danielle over the top. Good ball movement by the Bruins. Open look for Josias. The head fake and drive. The pull-up jump shot. It won't go. Tip to the outside. Nice play by Grace Thompson to tip it to herself. You hear overload coming from the mouth of Ryan Baumgartner as the Bruins defense trying to knock the Tigers off this left side overload. Now it's switched over to the right side. All 5 players on the right half side of the court, letting Kaylee Clover work inside against Ashton Arnold. The whistle blows. That'll be a foul against Ashton. And that'll send Kaylee Clover to the free throw line for 2 shots. First personal against Ashton. That's the 3rd team foul. Kaylee Denker back into the game, replacing Danielle Coyer. Clover, the senior. Fourth leading scorer for the Tigers on the season, but she's the top scorer for them tonight as the first free throw is good. Now that's 16 points for her. 16 points in 16 minutes. That's a pretty good percentage, making 17 points in 16 minutes. The lead has gone down to 2 for the Bruins with 1 minute to go. That pass almost intercepted, but Gavin Moore able to control it for the Bruins. Let's see how much time the Bruins use on this possession. Denker driving right side against Chambers. Ashton Arnold trying to set a screen inside. Tough shot, but Kaylee Denker, a tough angle on the right side of the backboard, but Denker makes it go. 3 for 3 on the night from the floor and 2 for 2 from the free throw line for sophomore Kaylee Denker. Inside to Clover. Back outside to Thompson. Back to Clover. Those two playing catch. Nice defense inside by the Bruins, but a cutter to the basket. Maddie Portwine on the basket off the Clover assist. 10 seconds remaining. The Bruins hoping to get a good shot here before the buzzer. Gabby Moore tries to save it. And it'll be a turnover against the Bruins. 2 seconds, 1 second. Shot on its way. It's off the mark. And that's how the first half will come to an end. The Bellevue Bruins lead it by a score of 40-38. A couple of very fast-paced and entertaining first quarters of play this evening. The Bruins led at 22-19 after one. Doane outscored Bellevue 19-18 in that second quarter to make that halftime score 40-38. 38. Take a look at some statistics here for both teams before we go to our halftime break. For the Bellevue Bruins, 46% shooting, 8 3-pointers, 8 out of 16 for the Bruins. 4 of those coming from Gabby Moore. For the Doane Tigers, they're shooting 52%, and they've made 4 of 7 from behind the arc. That's 57%. The Bruins 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 6 of 9 from the Tigers from there. The Bruins doing a better job of handling the basketball. Only 4 turnovers for Bellevue to 8 for Doane. The rebounding battle, the Tigers are on top there. 19 rebounds for the Tigers to only 14 for the Bruins. Bellevue with 14 assists on 15 made baskets. Wow, that's an outstanding statistic of teammates finding other teammates for an open look. Doane doing a nice job as well. They have 11 assists on 14 made baskets. So both teams operating in the team concept. Let's look at the individual scores for the visiting Tigers of Doane University out of Crete, Nebraska. Kaylee Clover, we've mentioned her name all up and down this first half. She leads the way with 17 points and 12 rebounds. She has a halftime double-double. Outstanding effort by her. Macy Holtz has 8 points, 7 for Maddie Portwine. Megan Chambers has 4 and 2 points for Grace Thompson. So 5 people in the scoring column for Doane. For the Bellevue Bruins, Gabby Moore with those 4 3-pointers leads the way with 12 points. Kaylee Denker with 8 points. Perfect 3 for 3 from the floor and 2 for 2 from the free throw line for her. Drew Zuha with a couple of trays, 6 points. Ashton Arnold with 5. Amina Hall has 3, 2 points for Josiah Smickens and 2 points for Zakaya Muhammad and Danielle Coyer. So the Bruins getting a little bit more production from a number of people there. That's 8 different Bruins have scored to 5 for the Tigers, again playing on a shortened bench. Quick check of the text messages. Looks like we've got a couple in the queue. Go Brandy, number 5. That's my best friend from KZ from the A. That's Brandy Dunn. Brandy, the senior out of Spring, Texas. 2 years in the Bellevue program. And one more. Yes, Mimi, keep draining that 3 ball from the 660 area code. Yes, we agree. As we head to our halftime break, the Bruins on top, 40-38. I'll be back in about 6 or 7 minutes, and we'll have more women's basketball action for you. Keep it right here on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Welcome back to the Bellevue Bruin Sports Network. We are at our halftime break, about 3 minutes away from the start of the second half. The home team Bruins with a 40-38 advantage in tonight's contest over the number 14 rated squad in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Sorry, I had a brain freeze there for just a second. Mick Krupski back behind the microphone. Hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. For the Bellevue Bruins, the final game of the 2024 campaign. The Bruins will open North Star, not open, but continue in North Star Athletic Association competition this coming weekend. On January 4th, they'll take on Dakota State, a 3 o'clock contest in Madison, South Dakota. And then January 10th and 11th, road trips to North Dakota. On the 10th, they'll take on Jamestown University in Jamestown, North Dakota. And then on the 11th, Dickinson State in Dickinson, North Dakota. So after today, the Bruins become road warriors for the next couple of weeks. For the Doane Tigers, they'll get back to Great Plains Athletic Competition on January 2nd when they head to Dordt College up in northeastern Iowa. The Dordt Defenders, the number 1 rated team in the women's side of the NAIA basketball competition. And then home games on January 4th against Morningside, and then on January 8th against Concordia. The Great Plains Athletic Conference, a very strong conference in women's basketball. I think last year they sent 6 or 7 of their 12 teams to the NAIA National Tournament because of the strength of their schedule. That text message number, once again, we've got a couple of texts in the queue from before. 402-515-7654. We're just about ready to get back to the action. Again, it's been the Kaylee Clover show for the Doane Tigers thus far. Clover with 17 points, 12 rebounds, and a couple of assists, leading the way for the Tigers. Gabby Moore, who has been in double digits in each of the Bellevue games this season, leading the way with 12 points and 4 assists for the Bruins. Teams will switch baskets at each end of the floor as we get ready to get back to work as well. Bruins already back out on the floor. Tigers still huddled around their head coach, Ryan Baumgartner. Bellevue program has been to the NAIA National Tournament once in the previous 8 years of their existence. That was back in 2019. Probably the best overall year for the Bruins. They were the North Star regular season champion, the tournament championship, and also qualified for the NAIA National Tournament. All right, let's get back to the basketball action before us. The Tigers with the opening possession. Inside, Kaylee Clover, as Ashton Arnold goes to the floor. Clover misses the inside shot, and the Bruins pull down the rebound and get back to work on offense. Entry passes to Kai Mohammed, same starting 5 that the Bruins sent out to open the game. Starting here in a second, double team for the Tigers. Kai Mohammed able to get out of it, but the pass into the hands of Drew Zuha is stripped away, and a turnover against the Bruins. A missed shot for the Tigers, a turnover against the Bruins. Both teams looking to get on the board in the second half. Shot no good on the attempt by Macy Holtz. Kai Mohammed pulls down the rebound for Bellevue. Josiah Smickens, who's assumed the point guard duties after the injury to Taylor DeMint, ended her season. Good to see Taylor with her son Maddox across the way before today's game. He's a cute little one. Bruins passing the ball around. Open look for Zuha in the corner. Shot hits the rim but won't go down. The rebound brought down by Libby Trausch. Still waiting for some points on the board in this second half. About a minute and a half have gone by then, and words came out of my mouth, and now I get to eat those words as Macy Holtz with the three-pointer puts the lead back on the Doane side of the board, 41-40. That zone defense that Doane employed toward the latter half of the second quarter, back at it Inside pass to Ashton Arnold, but a foul's going to be called as Ashton was battling down low with Libby Troush. Troush will pick up the foul, her first, and first team foul of the half. Quickly into the game, Grace Thompson, the sophomore out of Omaha. She saw a lot of floor time in the first half. Bruins will have an inbounds play. They'll set up a line stack over near the free throw line on the right side of the lane. Zakaya to Ashton. Ashton bumped off the mark there by Kaylee Clover. Clover will pick up that personal foul, so 2 quick fouls in this third quarter. Second personal on Clover. Tigers can ill afford to get her in foul trouble the way she's been playing tonight. Mickens, entry pass to Ashton Arnold. Drew Zuha will take it to the top of the key. Again, this zone, a different look than what we saw with that man-to-man. Drive to the basket. Ashton a little bit too strong. Zakaya had it momentarily, but couldn't control it. Portwine bringing it up the floor. Knocked away by Gabby Moore. And the Bruins hustling back into the offensive end. 4-on-4 situation. Gabby Moore off the back of the iron. No good. Zakaya Muhammad has the rebound. Falls to the floor as she made contact with Grace Thompson. Now still a rugby scrum. And finally the officials say held ball. Possession arrow points to the home team Bruins. Looks like Zakaya is going to be okay. She hit hard as she went to the floor after that rebound. Quick mop duty here as the young lady is working very hard. A little bit of perspiration.
And possession arrow to the Bruin.
Different look on this inbounds play, a 3-1 look for the Bruins. Ashton Arnold makes herself available. Shot clock at 12. Entry to Ashton. Across the way, Zakaya underneath, up and under, and Zakaya with the finish off the assist from Ashton. So again, the Bruins with a basket off an assist from a teammate. Bruins back up on top. I got a feeling we'll have a lot of lead changes during the course of this second half of action. Quick drive by Holtz. A nice pass inside to Chambers. Switches to the left hand. Can't get it to go down, but she'll get her own offensive rebound. And that's going to be a foul on Zakaya as she hits Megan Chambers across the forehead. Count the basket and a free throw upcoming. Second personal against Zakaya. First team foul of this quarter against the Bruins. Chambers still a little woozy. That forearm came down right across her forehead and bridge of her nose. Zakaya out, Kaylee in for the Bruins. 1 point lead for the Tigers, awaiting this one free throw. Make it a 2-point cushion.
And
Chambers now up to 7 points on the night. Bruins got off to a quick start. If you weren't with us for the first half, the Bruins had an 11-point lead in the first quarter, but Doane stayed within striking distance. Here's the pass inside to Denker. She'll give it to Ashton. The shot is good from about 8 to 10 feet. Arnold on the basket off the assist from Denker. Bruins have gone back to tie it at 44. Crossover drive to the basket by Thompson. Bruins help defense, denies her an easy look. Here's Holtz trying to work around the screen from Clover. Bounce pass inside. Another opportunity for the basket and one. Maddie Portwine puts it in. She'll head to the free throw line as the foul called against Joe Mickens. Oh, both teams continuing to do a great job on assist to basket ratio. 13 assists to 17 made baskets for Doane. 16 assists on 17 baskets for the Bruins. That's just incredible. 16 out of 17 based upon a good pass. Back in for the Tigers comes Addie Hatcliffe, the freshman out of Beatrice, Nebraska. Younger sister of injured star Mac Hatcliffe over on the bench, providing moral support to her teammates. Bruins work inside to Denker. Kaylee short on that shot. Megan Chambers on the defensive play that time for the Tigers. First miss of the evening for Kaylee. One-on-one battle inside between Mickens and Holtz wins that battle with a short shot off the glass up and in. The lead grows to 5 points for the Tigers. They had a nice little mini run going on. Drew Zuha from the corner misses everything, however, on that shot. The Tigers are 3 out of their last 3 from the floor to acquire this 5-point lead, 49-44. Inside, a foul's going to be called on the drive by Macy Holtz. She'll go to the free throw line as she was in the act of shooting. That's a second foul on Joe Mickens. Brandy Dunn back in for the Bruins.
And in for the Bruins, number 5.
And Libby Trausch back in for Doane. We were tied at 44. That one's off the mark. Now 49-44, a 5-0 run for the visitors from Crete, Nebraska. Gabby Moore across the way to talking to one of the officials, pointing some things out.
1-2.
Sign of her senior experience of having a nice conversation during that free throw situation to point out a couple of things that maybe the Tigers are doing that she doesn't like. Entry pass to Denker, kick out pass to Dunn. Brandy the drive from the free throw line, the kick out to Moore. Couple of defenders flash out to her, can't get it. Put back, no good. Brandy clears it, and the Bruins a fresh 20 seconds on the shot clock. Bruins were more efficient against the man-to-man. That's why Doane is back to the zone that we saw in that second quarter. Ashton may have rushed that shot just a little bit. It's short. However, on the rebound, Grace Thompson steps on the baseline, so the Bruins will get the ball right back. Maddie Portwine back in. Bruins a fresh 30-second shot clock and the inbounds play. Denker on the entry pass. Kaylee on the drive inside, a little bit too strong. She winds up on the deck after the miss. Has to hustle back down on defense. Let's see if the Tigers can take advantage. Inside to Chambers. Brandy Dunn, a nice job holding her ground on defense. A kick out pass, no good. On the miss by Trausch. Here come the Bruins heading the other way. Contact made as the Bruins tried to make the ball exchange. That's going to go against Maddie Portwine, trying to squeeze in between Moore and Denker.
And back in will be number 22, Johnson.
Ella Johnson and Kaylee Clover back in for Doane. Ryan Baumgartner trying to keep his troops as fresh as they can with really only 8 available players. Moore trying to drive the right side, defended there, now double teamed over there. Ball moving by the Bruins into the hand of Brandy Dunn. Brandy into the lane, that was slapped out of bounds by Ella Johnson. That brings cheers from the Tiger bench and their fans who have made the trip to the Lozier Center tonight. Still 9 seconds on the shot clock for the Bruins. Kick out, open look for Ashton Arnold. It's a three-pointer for Ashton. Her second three-pointer of the night. She's now in double digits with 10. Bruins close to within 3 points with about 4 minutes remaining in the quarter. Drive to the basket by Hatcliffe, cut off there. Working inside, Johnson. She'll give it to Portwine. Bounce pass inside, the up and under by Addie Hatcliffe. Again, another nice bounce pass on the assist for the Tigers to set up that easy look inside. Dave Denley not happy about situation really in the ear of the official nearest the Bruin bench. Knocked out of bounds by Kaylee Clover.
Is number 3, Macy Holtz.
Dave appears to be unhappy that a 3-second call was not made on that last play as there were several Tigers camped out. He's right near the edge. The official raises her hand and says, "That's enough, I hear you, now back off." And smartly he does. Ashton has the ball stripped. There's a whistle from the outside official. And that's going to go against Kaylee Clover. That'll be her 3rd personal foul. 4th team foul of the quarter. And they say Ashton was in the act of shooting, so she'll get 2 free throws here, trying to cut into the 5-point deficit. Doane outscoring Bellevue 14-7, now 14-8 in this 3rd quarter. Ashton now with 11 points. Ashton now with 12 points. Nice job from the free throw line by the Bruins senior. Passing over the top, a dangerous pass, but on the money to Hatcliffe at half court. Here's Holtz on the drive. Denker, the last line of defense towards her attempt. Three-point shot from the outside. That's no good. Brandy Dunn able to track it down. The Spring, Texas native gives it off to the Clovis, California native, who gets it to the Lincoln, Nebraska native. Nice entry pass. A nice touch on that pass from Denker to Arnold. And Ashton will go right back to the free throw line for 2 more shots. Both teams showing some great passing abilities to their teammates in this one as Joe Mickens comes back in.
Mickens along with number 25 checking in for the Tigers.
Megan Chambers back in for the Tigers.
Up 2-2 is Arnold.
Ashton, just under 12 points per game is her average. Been a very consistent scorer throughout her 4-year career at Bellevue. Nice job, 3 out of 3 from the free throw line. And her 81% free throw shooting average on the season will go up a couple of ticks as she's 4 for 4 from the line tonight. Bruins close to within 1, 52-51. 2 minutes, 46 seconds remaining. Kaylee Denker with a stuff inside on the attempt by Clover. Nice job by the Bruin post player. Bruins trying to get the lead back. Ashton Arnold has her shot deflected by Chambers inside. And Gabby Moore on the floor. Now she's back up. She looked temporarily dazed on that one. The shot from the corner by Holtz is no good. Josiah Mickens with the rebound for the Bruins. That rebound battle 27-25 in favor of Doane. Looking inside again to Denker. She's picked up by Chambers. Kaylee with a couple of moves. Tough shot, a little bit short off the glass. But a good look for the Bruins. They continue to try to pound the ball inside when they can. Holtz directing traffic at the top of the key. Pass inside to Chambers from Clover. Again, thread the needle passing. Accounts for 2 more points for the Tigers. Gabby Moore left alone. She'll shoot the 3 and knock it down once again. Gabby Moore now 5 3-pointers on the night. All of her points from distance, 15 total. Tops for the Bruins thus far. Gabby with 5 20 or more point games on the season so far. Possibility of getting there once again tonight. Bruins showing some zone defense the last time down and once again here. Penetration, kick out pass, shot from the corner, that's no good. Brandy Dunn with the board for the Bruins. We're tied at 54 with 54 seconds remaining in the quarter. Brandy has an open seam to the basket, it's up and in. Nice job by Brandy Dunn, the senior out of Spring, Texas, to give the lead back to the Bruins. Couple of possessions remaining in this quarter, 35 seconds. Drive to the lane by Holtz, there's contact, that'll go against Brandy Dunn. And they'll send Macy Holtz to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Again, congrats to Macy. She was named the Great Plains Athletic Conference Offensive Player of the Week.
And back into the game, number 21.
The senior out of Plainview, Minnesota. Back in comes Libby Trausch, replacing Kaylee Clover. She'll get a little break. Drew Zuha back in for the Bruins, replacing Brandy Dunn.
23 Zuha for your Bruins. Shooting 2, Holtz.
First free throw up and in. Holtz now with 15 points. Clover with 17. Holtz with 15. Portwine with 10. 3 double-digit scores for the visiting Tigers. Add 1 more on the free throw, and we're tied at 56. About a 4-second difference between game clock and shot clock. So let's see if the Bruins will try to hold it for as long as they can to try to get the last shot of the period. Bruins had a 2-point lead at halftime. Doane has outscored Bellevue by 2 points in this third period. That accounts for the 56-56 score. Denker comes up for the high post. Mickens works around her. Set. Kaylee in the lane. Splits the defenders. A shot up and in just before the buzzer. And that's how the quarter will come to an end with the Bellevue Bruins on top, 58-56. We've got quite the contest here between these two quality opponents as we head to the final 10 minutes of play. Some game statistics. The Doane Tigers shooting 49% from the floor, 20 out of 41. The Bruins shooting 41%, but they've got off 10 more shots, 21 out of 51. The Bruins with 10 made three-pointers, 5 for Doane. Bruins a perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Doane has had more free throws, 11 out of 15 for 73%. Again, the Bruins doing a nice job of handling the ball. Only 5 turnovers on the game for Bellevue to 10 for the Tigers. Bellevue with 12 points off of turnovers to only 2 for the Tigers. Tigers a slight advantage in rebounding, 28-25. 6 offensive rebounds from Bellevue to 4 for Doane. Kaylee Clover with 17, Macy Holtz with 16, Maddie Portwine with 10, the top 3 scorers for Doane. For the Bruins, also 3 double-digit scorers. Gabby Moore, 15, Ashton Arnold, 14. Kaylee Denker has 10. Hold on for an exciting final 10 minutes in tonight's contest. Bruins hoping to go 2-0 in the 2024 4 Points by Sheraton Classic and run their record to 11-3. Tigers trying to go 1-1 in the tournament after losing last night to try to run their record to 10-3. Halfway through the possession, Ashton Arnold goes for the steal, just a little bit tardy. That left an easy look inside for Kaylee Clover. Gabby Moore over near the Bruin bench on the dribble. Bruins halfway through the shot clock. Back into the hands of Moore. Again, the 2-3 zone defense kind of has thwarted the offensive flow a little bit. Contact made there. Ashton Arnold will go back to the free throw line. Let's see which of the Tigers is going to get that foul.
Number 21, Troush.
It'll be number 21, Libby Troush, picking up her second personal foul. That's the first foul of the period. So Ashton back to the free throw line. 4 for 4 from there tonight. Make it 5 for 5. Hey, why not go a perfect 6 for 6? And as I just said, 16 points now for Ashton, as she too has a chance for a 20-plus point game. Dribble drive across the timeline. Tigers setting back up in their offense. Bruins back to the man-to-man defense. Here's Clover. Ashton Arnold with a great job on defense, using her body to force that miss. Bruins up by 2, trying to advance even further. Entry pass to Ashton. Ashton continues and completes the play off a nice assist from Zakiya Mohammed. Bruins lead grows to 4. Pressuring in the backcourt. Trying to work off the high screen into the hands of Chambers. Now work down into the corner to Holtz, the point guard. Josiah Smickens using her body to keep her from an easy look inside. Here's a drive down the left side of the lane. Good quick first step on the play by Libby Troush to knock it home. Troush just her 4th point of the night. Contact made as Ashton tried to drive through the middle, a kick out pass. Moore fronted by Holtz. Gabby will find the seam inside, but Megan Chambers with the block. Ashton Arnold with the pickup, ball loose on the floor. It'll be a held ball. Possession arrow points to the Bellevue Bruins.
Arrow pointing Bruins way.
So Gabby Moore now with her 11th 13 or more point game. Ashton Arnold with her 7th 15 or more point game for the Bruins. Arnold working inside, bounce pass to Zakiya, nicely executed on the inbounds play. Again, an assist to a made basket for the Bruins. Back up to a 4-point lead, and there's going to be a traveling violation. Maddie Portwine trying to protect the basketball as she felt Joe Mickens, coming up behind her, but instead she dragged that pivot foot. Back in comes Grace Thompson to the Tiger lineup. They're a very good contest, very exciting, very interesting contest all evening long. Doane shooting 50% on the night, Bellevue shooting 43%, but the Bruins with a 4-point lead. Bruins 3-point shooting has been a factor. Mickens, kick out to Moore, to Mohammed. Here's Gabby's 3-point attempt again from NBA distance. Gabby Moore knocks down her 6th 3-pointer of the night, and a timeout called by Doane University. 7:06 remaining in the contest. The home team, Bellevue Bruins 67. The visiting Doane University Tigers 60. A Nebraska battle here between Crete, Nebraska and Bellevue, Nebraska. Battle between the North Star Athletic Association and the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Medium-sized crowd on hand tonight. The weather here in eastern Nebraska has been pretty iffy. It's been raining since about noontime, and they're saying that rain's going to turn to snow if it hasn't already. We're not expecting a big accumulation, maybe 1 to 2 inches. But the temperature just above the freezing mark. Hey, I'll be a meteorologist here for a moment. 36 degrees. And it's going to hover just above the freezing mark until after midnight. So everyone here in attendance tonight should probably have a not too difficult journey back home after this one is concluded. Clover with 19, Holtz with 16, Portwine with 10. The top 3 scorers for Doane. Moore with 18, Arnold with 18, Denker with 10. The top 3 scorers for the Bruins. Brandy Dunn with 6 rebounds, the top rebounder for the Bruins. Kaylee Clover with 15 rebounds, the tops in that category for Doane. Ashton Arnold almost got the steal. Instead, it goes out of bounds, almost into the lap of scorekeeper Tom Bullard across the way. Clover on the receiving end. She'll give it back to Holtz, and then she'll set up the offense for the Tigers. Back to Holtz's hand, looking inside to Chambers. And a traveling violation. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Kaylee Denker back in, working against Megan Chambers. Denker winning that battle, forcing the turnover. Bruins up by 7, 67-60. And a whistle away from the basketball as the Bruins trying to set some cutters through the lane.
Tigers starts number 25, Chambers.
Megan Chambers will pick up her 2nd personal foul. That's also the 2nd team foul of the quarter. Inbounds play for the Bruins. Feed inside to Kaylee Denker. The shot no good, but she's fouled and will head to the free throw line. That was an exciting play. Called from the bench on the play. Denker was able to get a look inside and back to the line for 2 more shots. Brutus the Bruin looking on from the far corner. And that's the first miss of the evening from the free throw lines for the Bruins and for Kaylee. Bellevue men's coach Lucas Gabriel also looking on with a couple of his assistant coaches. Second shot also rolls off the rim, so the Bruins come away with no points on that possession, but still enjoying a 7-point cushion. Holtz finds an open lane. The Bruins got caught up in the screen, and Macy Holtz drives it through. Now 16 points for Macy. 3-point look for Drew Zuha. She follows her shot and gets it back for a fresh 20-second shot clock. Here's the drive by Mickens, the kick out. Open look for Gabby once again on its way. No good there. And a foul called on the battle for the rebound again. Ashton Arnold, we see her on the floor almost as much as standing upright.
Number 12, her third.
Portwine will pick up the foul. Maddie Portwine picks up her third personal foul. That's now 4 team fouls against Doane. None for the Bruins in this quarter. Are they going to say a shooting foul? I didn't think so. Yeah, it's going to be an inbounds play. I think Ashton was trying to lobby for the intentional foul on that play, which would send her to the line, but instead it's an inbounds play for the Bruins. Denker to Mickens to Dunn. Brandy drives, feeds Kaylee inside. Again, a great executed play by the Bruins. Dunn to Denker. And the Bruins lead back up to 7 at 69-62. A nice play on the follow by the Tigers on the assist from Hatcliffe inside. Trying to double team in the corner. Bruins escape that. Arnold finds Dunn. Brandy bobbles it for just a second. Kicks it back outside. Bruins still plenty of time on the shot clock. There's contact made. And Gabby goes to the floor. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
Starts number 10, Thompson, her first.
Adjusts her headband a little bit. Readies herself as that last foul on Grace Thompson, her first. Now 5 team fouls, so the Bruins will be shooting free throws on every Doane foul, non-offensive foul, for the rest of the game. Free throw up and in. The Bruins shooting over 80% from the free throw line. Second one on its way. Quick release free throws. Both of them are good by Gabby Moore.
Back in the game will be Troush, number 21 for the Tigers.
Libby Trosh checks back in for the Doane Tigers. And again, the Bruins will put on some full court pressure, trying to burn some time off the shot clock. Here's Mickens working against Hatcliffe. Ball out of bounds. It'll stay Tiger possession. But again, already 5 seconds off the shot clock. Into the hands of Holtz. She'll work it up that left side of the baseline. Already halfway through the shot clock for the Tigers, and they really haven't gotten into their offense yet, so kudos to the Bruins defense. Here's Holtz on the drive, Moore with the denial. Kick out pass, 3-point attempt is short off the miss by Troush. And Gabby Moore comes away with the basketball, avoiding the double team trap at half court over to Joe Mickens. Here's Brandy Dunn, the southpaw shooter from the corner. That's no good. Troush with the rebound. And the Bruins still with a 7-point lead, 4:41. Looking ahead, Megan Chambers has her shot deflected by Kaylee Denker. A good thread-the-needle pass to find Chambers open, but Denker gets back on defense. Moore directing traffic. Joe to the near side, Ashton Arnold. 3-point attempt, back of the rim, no good. Nice box out down low by Grace Thompson. Trying to keep Brandy Dunn from getting the offensive rebound. Brandy will pick up her 4th personal foul. That's just the first team foul against Bellevue. 4:12 remaining. Bellevue has 4 timeouts remaining should they need them. 3 timeouts remaining for Ryan Baumgartner and the Doane Tigers. Bruins trying for the half-court trap. Tigers pass out of it. Knocked out of bounds by Josias Mickens. Some of the Bellevue men's players had to be alert over there, so they didn't take a basketball to the face. Maddie Portwine back in for Doane. Trying to get some low picks inside. To the top of the key to Chambers. Now Holtz. And there's going to be a foul called against the Bruins as Maddie Portwine got off the shot up and under. She'll get a couple of free throws here. Gabby Moore picks up her 2nd personal, 2nd team foul against Bellevue. And again, she'll go out and talk with the official while free throws are being made by the Tiger team. Portline makes the first. The senior out of York, Nebraska. Portline averaging about 11 points per game. And that's what she has as of right now. Make it 12, so one above her season average. And so the Tigers, after the made free throw, will put some backcourt pressure on the Bruins. Will pass their way through it. Bruins had a momentary advantage, but Tiger defense got back. So Bruins will set up in the half court, 3:45 to go. Tigers extend their defense as Portline comes out to challenge Mickens at the top. Denker to Arnold to Moore. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3. Gabby, kind of an off-balance shot. It's no good, into the hands of Megan Chambers. Well, the Bruins, not a real good flow on that possession. Drive to the basket by Macy Holtz. She'll get the and one as Joe Mickens will pick up the foul. So again, the Bruins just haven't had a good flow against the zone defense, and that's kind of why it's designed that way, to force the Bruins to stay outside. Kaylee Clover back in. Holtz with 20 points, a chance for 21. She's 4 out of 6 from the free throw line tonight. And that one's hard off the back of the rim. No good, but into the hands of Chambers. Somebody didn't box out for the Bruins. And the Tigers take advantage and pull to within 1. Back to a man-to-man defense for the Tigers. Now the Bruins need to adjust back to what they were doing on that defense. Into Kaylee Denker. Denker tries to pass it to Ashton Arnold. Gets through. And Ashton makes the bucket inside. She gives a little shout and a fist pump as she heads back on defense. Ashton with 18 points tonight. Make that 20 as the computer just updates. And a timeout called. Tigers want the timeout with 2:36 remaining. It's the Bellevue Bruins 73, the Doane Tigers 70. We've got an exciting conclusion. Keep it right here. All right, so for Ashton Arnold, that is now her second 20 or more point game. Gabby Moore also with 20. That's the 6th time that she's gone over that landmark. Coaching staff's going through the what-if situations right now with their teams. 2:36 remaining, so that's a couple of possessions for each squad. Don't go away. At the conclusion of tonight's women's game, we'll have an interview with head coach Dave Denley and one of the women players. And then shortly after that, we'll roll into our coverage of the Bellevue men's basketball game, their contest tonight against the Morningside University Mustangs, also members of the G-Pack, like the Doane Tigers. The Mustangs out of Sioux City, Iowa, so about a 100-mile road trip up Interstate 29 between Bellevue and Sioux City. All right, back to the action. Into Chambers, trying to back her way inside. A nice move, going to the left hand. Got around Denker, and the lead drops to 1. Bellevue needs to keep strong on offense. Dunn, drive, back to Denker. Has it stripped out of her hands. The Bruins regain it. Double team inside. Denker able to get around it and put it home, and then a slide on the seat of her pants almost to the wall underneath. Lead back to 3. Here's Clover trying to work around the moving screen. The up and under is in. Kaylee Clover continues to pump in the points for the Tigers. She's over the 20-point mark. Bruins maintaining that 1-point lead. Just got to keep scoring. Now back to the zone defense. Tigers switching up their defensive looks to try to give the Bruins a little something extra to think about. Here's Denker. And a 3-second violation. Not sure which Bruin was in the lane, but the turnover, a costly one. Just the 5th of the game for Bellevue. Bruins have done a nice job of handling the basketball and avoiding turnovers all night long. They still lead it by 1 with 1 minute and 11 seconds to go. Chambers worked inside. Now the double team and a traveling violation. Nice help side defense by Ashton Arnold. Cut off that left side move by Chambers. And that's the 13th turnover against the Tigers. Drew Zuha back into the Bruin lineup. 1:06 to go in this one. Again, 4 timeouts left for Dave Denley and the Bruins should they need them. Only 2 left for the Tigers. Look for the Bruins to try to take this one down close to the end of the shot clock. Halfway through to Denker, to Moore. Gabby, the three-point shot, rattles, won't go down. Clover with the rebound. Her 16th rebound of the night, and Ryan Baumgartner will call a full timeout here with 37 seconds left. They'll be down to only 1 left. As the Bruins with that 1-point lead, 75-74. That three-pointer by Gabby could have been a backbreaker, but just off the mark as it rattled off the rim. Kaylee Clover, 21. Macy Holtz, 20. Megan Chambers with 15. Maddie Portwine with 12. 4 double-digit scores. Nobody else for the Tigers has more than 2 points. But 4 double-digit scores, that'll help you win a lot of ball games, especially when 2 of them are 20 or more. The Bellevue Bruins also sport 2 20-point scorers. Gabby Moore and Ashton Arnold, both of them with 20 points. Ashton, most of them coming from behind the arc. She's made 6 threes. Gabby, 6 out of 13 from behind the arc. Kaylee Denker with 14 out of 6 of 9 shooting. Mohammed with 6. Druhau with 6. Hall with 3. Dunn, Mickens, and Coyer with a bucket apiece. All right, back to the action after a quick sip of water from me. Keep my old voice lubricated, and now Dave Denley will call the timeouts after he sees how the Tigers set up on their offensive play. This will be a 30-second timeout. Bruins have been in man-to-man defense most of the game. They showed a couple of minutes of a zone defense. Let's see if Dave Denley might throw that back out to give the Tigers a little something different to think about on their possession. There's the buzzer. We'll back to the action here very quickly. Thanks to everybody for joining us tonight. We've got about 100 active viewers right now on the Ustream page waiting for this one to finish up. All right, here we go. Macy Holtz, point guard at the top of the key. Portwine looking for help. Now into the corner to Clover. She's been the leading scorer. That's too easy of a look as Kaylee Clover, the drive to the lane and the short shot. A 1-point lead for the Tigers with 23 seconds remaining. Dave Denley calls the timeout. And the Bruins will have a last chance to win this one. And with the timeout, the Bruins will be able to advance the basketball to half court. One of the differences between the women's and the men's game is that on a timeout, you can advance it to the half court area instead of having to go full court. So that'll help the Bruins preserve a couple of seconds on the shot clock. You would assume that Gabby Moore or Ashton Arnold would be the recipients of the ball here to take this, what might be the final shot of the game. Look for the Bruins to try to run it down to maybe that 7 or 8 second mark, get the shot off, and then if it is a miss, there's a chance for a follow-up. Good Bruin fans hoping it won't be a miss. Let's see how this unfolds before us. I think I'm making up new words sometimes. And again, at about 7 o'clock Central Time, we'll have men's action for you as the Bellevue men's squad takes on the visiting Morningside University Mustangs. So a lot of North Star teams and a lot of Great Plains Athletic Conference teams as part of this 2024 4 Points by Sheraton Basketball Classic. Bruins will run a stack play on the inbounds. Nobody guarding the defender or the inbound passer. Here's Josiah Smickens with the basketball. Shot clock running. 17, 16. You can count down from there. Here's Denker to Zuha. Drew to the top of the key into the hands of Gabby Moore with 10 seconds remaining. Gabby to Mickens to Denker. Kaylee, a couple of bounces to turn. The jump shot is up, but it's short off the front of the rim. No good. And Kaylee Clover will come away with the rebound and a foul called with 1.8 seconds remaining.
Timeout on the court. Timeout Tigers. Second in on the timeout will be number 15. Muhammad for the Bruins.
Ashton Arnold will pick up her second foul. That's just the fourth team foul against the Bruins, so not a free throw shooting situation. The Bruins have one last chance to try to steal the inbounds pass and get the shot up and in. Denker had a good look inside, just a little bit short off the front of the rim. So the Tigers lost their first game by 2 points. They have a 1-point advantage here, and they're going to say an intentional foul on that last play. So the Tigers, not an intentional foul, but the Tigers with their timeout, they're able to move the ball up to half court. Sorry about that. So the Bruins need a steal and a long shot. Entry pass is caught. And another quick foul, Addie Hatcliffe. And now we will be shooting free throws as that's the fifth team foul with 1 second left. Things look pretty rocky for the Bruins. The only hope, now it doesn't matter if she makes one or both. If it's a 3-point lead for the Tigers, the Bruins are going to have a last second heave, which will probably be a 3-point attempt anyway. But the first one is off the mark. So a 2-pointer would tie it for the Bruins. But again, off the miss, the Bruins aren't going to have much to do. They're going to have to get the rebound and heave. And it's off the mark. Denker with the rebound, 0.6 of a second. So the quick timeout call there. The Bruins with 0.6 of a second. That's just enough time for a quick catch and toss. And the Bruins will move it up to half court. And they'll still have a timeout remaining. So if they can't get it in, they still can call one more timeout and preserve the possession. So hang on, it's not done yet. As Addie Hatcliffe missed both of the free throws. Again, the clock does not start on a missed free throw until the miss becomes apparent. So that's why only 0.4 of a second went off the clock. Bruins huddling around Dave Denley. Tigers huddling around Ryan Baumgartler. Three officials huddling around each other on the near side, talking about what's going to happen in the final 0.6 of a second here. So basically the Bruins are just going to have to try to toss it into somebody, I would assume near the basket, and have them put up that quick. I guess the best way to describe it would be a tip. I mean, there's not really enough time to catch, to come down and get the shot off. So let's see how the Bruins position themselves. Last time the Tigers did not guard the inbounds passer, instead play defense against the other four players. This time it looks like we might have Maddie Portwine guarding the inbounds pass, the 5'10 senior. It'll be Danielle Coyer who will toss it in. Here we go with the final 0.6 of a second. Trying to set some screens into Gabby, and it's blocked. by Macy Holtz to preserve the victory for the Doane University Tigers. They come away with the victory by a final score of 76-75. A well-played game by both teams. Unfortunately, one team wins and one team loses with the victory. The Doane Tigers now go to 10-3 on the season. With the loss, the Bellevue Bruins drop to 10-4 overall. Their 6-game winning streak comes to an end. A 2-game streak now, a 1-game streak now for Doane as they lost last night and win tonight. So Doane and Bellevue finish 1-1 in the 2024 4 points by Sheraton basketball tournament. Let's look at some final stats and wait to see if Dave Denley and one of the players will come up. Sometimes after these tough losses, they spend more time in the locker room and we don't get a chance to get the post-game show on. Let's see what happens. The Doane Tigers outshot the Bruins 55% to 42%, so a sizable difference there. The Bellevue Bruins able to get more shots off. And the Bruins better from behind the arc. 11 three-pointers made by Bellevue to only 5 for Doane. Bellevue 83% from the free throw line. Doane 65% from the free throw line. Most of their free throws coming in the first half. The Bruins did a great job of handling the basketball tonight. Only 6 turnovers for Bellevue, 13 for the Tigers. The rebounding battle won by Doane, 36-31, so Dave Denley was prophetic in saying that whoever gets the most rebounds tonight will win the game. The Tigers +5 on the rebound battles. An incredible night, if you like, team basketball. Bellevue with 24 assists on the night for 27 made baskets. For the Doane Tigers, they made 19 assists on 29 made baskets. So the team concept on full display this evening. Individual scores, Kaylee Clover, that exceptional first half. She finishes with 23 points on the game and 17 rebounds, a double-double for Clover. Macy Holtz with 20 points as well, including 4 from behind the 3-point line, 2 from behind the free throw line. Megan Chambers finishes with 15. Maddie Portwine with 12. And then 3 players with 2 points apiece, Hattie Hatcliffe, Grace Thompson, and Libby Troush. For the Bellevue Bruins, Gabby Moore and Ashton Arnold, both of them finished with 20 points tonight. The 2 seniors leading the way as they have most of the season in scoring points. Another good night for Kaylee Denker in the post position with 14 points. Zakaya Muhammad had 6, Drew Zuha had 6, Amina Hall had 3. 2 points apiece for Brandy Dunn, Josiah Mickens, and Danielle Coyer. So the Bruins dropped to 10-4 overall. The Tigers now 10-3. A good test for both teams against a quality opponent. That will do them well when it comes to preparation for the remainder of conference play, conference tournament play, and hopefully a trip to the NAIA National Tournament. Let's take a look at the Bellevue women's schedule for the upcoming weeks. On January 4th, the Bruins on the road to Madison, South Dakota for another tough test. They'll take on the number 6 rated Dakota State Trojans in that one, a 3 o'clock start. Next weekend, or 2 weekends from now actually, January 10th, the Friday, and Saturday the 11th, the Bruins in North Dakota. On Friday the 10th, they'll take on number 24 rated Jamestown University. 5:30 tip-off for that one. And on Saturday the 11th, in Dickinson, North Dakota, against Dickinson State, a 4 o'clock tip-off for that contest. You can find all those games on the websites of those respective schools, Dakota State, then Jamestown, then Dickinson State. We'll be back at the Bellevue Bruin Sports Network on January 17th as Dakota State comes to town. A 5:30 tip-off for that one as the Bruins, for the rest of January and February, will be finishing in conference play in the North Star Athletic Association. And if you really want to look ahead, the North Star Tournament will begin on February 26th and go through March 4th. And then the NAIA National Tournament opening round will begin on March 14th. So still a lot of basketball left to be played in this 2024, soon to be 2025 section of the season. As we look down on, oh, we're looking at me. Oh, that's scary. We'll give Coach Den another minute or two to see if he's going to be able to make his way up here. Thanks again to Chloe for her good work behind the scene. Chloe, come over here. Show everybody who you are. She's busy talking. Never mind. Chloe, one of the members of the Bellevue University volleyball squad that finished as the NAIA National Champion runner-up. A great season for those young ladies, led by head coach Trish Sedlick. The Bellevue men will be taking on Morningside University, the Bruins against the Mustangs, in the wrap-up, the final of the 8 games played in this 2024 4 Points by Sheraton Basketball Classic. Bruins will be without 2 of their 3 leading scorers. TJ Fritz and RJ Smith both out of the lineup with injuries. They'll hopefully be back soon for the remainder of conference play. Bruins with a win last night over Haskell Indians Nation University in their opener. So the Bruins men trying to go 2-0 in this 4 Points by Sheraton Classic. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up for now, Craig. So we've got coaches busy in the locker room, I'm sure, talking with the squad. So we'll wrap it for now. Get ready for our men's contest. We'll be back in about 12 minutes or so for that one. Thanks for joining me tonight. For now, Mick Krupski signing off. But come on back for more basketball action.